We're on the march.
And other places.
The empire's on the run.
This is big.
Alex Jones
You're
and
like,
the
we've heard this for years.
GCN Radio
I know.
Network.
It's now admitted. It's now admitted. They're going to try to spin it. Stay with us. I began to get into iodine a few years ago because it was helping me and my family so much get healthy and detoxify. Most people know that iodine deficiency has been a crisis around the world. Iodine is key to so many of the body's functions, especially the thyroid. I discovered a product being developed by Dr. Group. You now know it as Survival Shield, true nascent iodine that your body can really absorb. Then, about a year ago, he said, listen, if you think this is powerful, I'm going to come out with rare earth, deep earth crystals. And the results that I personally have had have been life-changing. Nobody else has got iodine based on these pure crystals, ladies and gentlemen. This is innovating, and the best part is it helps fund Infowars.com, the radio show, the TV show, the whole media operation promoting true libertarian ideas. For a limited time, experience the ancient power of Survival Shield X2. Take advantage of this unprecedented 30% off super detox special at InfoWarsLife.com.
I'm David Hall, founder of Diamond Gusset, where we are proud of our 100% grown and sewn American-made jeans. Whether you're out for dinner, working on the farm, or on the road, Diamond Gusset Jeans offers a full spectrum of style and sizes for any occasion. Our loyal customers enable us to continue sponsoring Liberty Media outlets. Use promo code FREEDOM to receive a 15% discount at gusset.com. In Liberty, David Hall, Diamond Gusset Jean Company.
Tell folks how you got introduced to Super Male, and then when Super Female came out, tell us what happened.
After I saw such a huge positive change in my husband, I had to try it for myself.
Talk about the effects.
I feel great when I wake up in the morning. I have drive to go to the gym. I feel like I look better. I feel better. I feel sexier. I love it. Even if you don't believe in supplements, take the challenge. Get a bottle of Super Male, a bottle of Super Female. Check it out for yourself. Consult your physician. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today. This is life-changing.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
You are a programmable guy that goes and watches Olympus Is Falling and believes all this and really thinks you're a hero. G.I. Joe, great American hero. Yo, Joe. You don't work for Joe. Joe got taken over. The G.I. Joe command base is run by Cobra. Do you understand that? And I use a child analogy to get through to you because that's your main programming template in North America. They're on record with that. That was all Pentagon directed. You understand? You work for Cobra. You dress like Cobra. You have the tactics of Cobra. You are Cobra. Hail Cobra. You want to be little boys? Or do you want to really join the Republic?
They know what's going on at the Bundy Ranch, and they won't even let a police information officer give us any information. That's a bunch of bullshit.
It's all these stupid G.I. Joe movies and stuff where the White House is attacked. The White House is run by Cobra.
When I went through the process of becoming press secretary, one of the first things they told me was, you're not even to acknowledge the drone program. You're not even to discuss that it exists.
It's run by chaos. It's run by Spectre.
Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, Extortion.
They run little kids. They run the snuff films. They run the drugs. They run it all. And because you act like a bunch of naive chumps, this whole thing's going to come down on us.
Very much concerns me, considering that they have all this bulk ammunition that they're shooting targets of children.
Would you like to tell me who it is that is doing this?
It is the Department of Homeland Security, sir.
Oh, thank you for calling.
To every police officer in this country, to every FBI agent, to every Secret Service agent, you work for Spectre. You work for Chaos. You work for Cobra. How do they get power? They stage a terror attack using Spectre, using Cobra.
Go f*** yourself.
Who is Cobra? Arms dealing, drug dealing, money laundering group wearing masks. They wear masks, ladies and gentlemen, because they're the corporate CEOs. And they're manipulating the governments against each other. Cobra runs the Muslims. Cobra runs the CIA. Cobra runs it all. Cobra is real. You can call it whatever you want. Cobra is in control of America. And Cobra says the veterans and the gun owners, they're saying that we're the bad guys.
These people who hold themselves out to be patriots are not. They're nothing more than domestic terrorists.
That's what Cobra would say. That's what Spectre would say. That's what Goldfinger would say, because that's who those people are. I am Supreme Cobra Commander. You call your petty bureaucrats, officials, and authorities. You will kneel before Cobra or face my wrath.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's Alex Jones.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Cobra Leader.
You pathetic little worm. How dare you call me Mr. Cobra?
And that piece was put together by Jakari Jackson and Darren McBreen, illustrating how there are shadow criminal groups, or a group, manipulating society, creating chaos. This is the real Machiavellian formula, or formulae. And finishing on this issue, Obama comes out and says, now it's going to take years to defeat ISIS. So Al-Qaeda had been defeated. They'd been reduced down to nothing after a decade-plus war with them. Real U.S. troops getting killed, real coalition forces getting killed, as the cover to sit on top of the opium, hundreds of billions a year, trillions in no-bid weapons contracts, $15 million blue tarps. Used to, a toilet seat was $800 as a way to siphon money off when it really cost $10. Well, now it's $15 million for a blue tarp that Halliburton puts up. So we're all thinking about the war. No. Al-Qaeda is being funded and allowed to operate and has now been resuscitated. They finally got rid of that Frankenstein and then only created 1,000 more. And then they do things like torture Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. And that's back in the news today. And people are like, well, what? You're not for torturing Al-Qaeda? They get us to give up our morals because Jack Bauer tortures people for a decade every night on 24. And it's always to, save everybody, of course. It always turns out to be good to torture. Meanwhile, it turns out that the people they would torture from Al-Qaeda have been basically double agents, and that they didn't want the public to ever learn about that, and they wanted them to confess. So they even confessed to bombing buildings that weren't even built when he was arrested. He was waterboarded for, 5 years off and on? Then they threatened to torture his son. There's the headline. CIA tortured Al-Qaeda suspects close to the point of death by drowning them in water-filled baths. That's in the London Telegraph today. Well, that's old news. Back when they thought they could sell the idea, that was the corruption of America, they would admit on television that, well, we've taken the gloves off. We're working on the dark side. We're torturing these people. When all they were doing was torturing people that knew too much, or torturing people they needed to then confess so they could sell a fake narrative of 9/11. We attacked Iraq when 15 of the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia. So see how easy it is to understand what happened on 9/11 13 years later, this Thursday, when we see Al-Qaeda openly armed in Syria for 4 years. They were the only major fighting force. It's Saudi Arabia. It's jihadi. They want to kill the Shiite Alawite government, Christian coalition government. They want to go in there and kill everyone. I mean, the inner Muslim fighting is 10 times even the dislike of Israel or Christians. It is so intense. And who's the main driver? The radical Shiites in Saudi Arabia, the radical Sunnis in Saudi Arabia, who are dedicated to hunting down even moderate Shiites and killing them. And because this is somewhat of a complex issue, the public can't grasp it, and the government and the system knows it. I just mixed the two up, trying to describe it. If American men knew as much about the world and religions and geopolitical systems as they knew about the defensive line of the Dallas Cowboys or the UT Longhorns or the LSU Tigers, we would be in a free country and the system couldn't get away with this. But it thinks we're so dumb that it's even come out that in Iraq, in Turkey, in northern Israel, in Jordan, in Qatar, our government, the British government, the French government, our commandos trained and armed the cadres to then go create brigades after brigades, more than 40 brigades, some estimates are that high, of al-Qaeda, to then have them organize and invade Syria and now turn back around and invade Iraq to create that new al-Qaeda-sponsored base. And they only bomb them when the public learns about it. And some of the media is hyping it to promote the war on terror, so Obama is forced to do some limited bombing to make it look like they're trying to stop them. So even the political system can't coordinate its lies. Meanwhile, our military has been freaking out for several years exposing this, saying we don't want to arm these people. They're going to end up attacking the United States. This is immoral to turn these countries over with Christians in them and to let these murdering animals run around and blow up every mosque and church that isn't part of their system and crucify and chop the heads off of even children. So the reason I harp on this so much is that if this ever gets out, which is starting to, it's already gotten out in our military because they've been fighting these people, so they know the players. They understand the names and the region and the history. So the military is awake by the prima facie fact that they have been to these places. They have fought these people. They know what these flags mean. They know who these people are. So the military is just freaking out right now, giving arms, weapons, impads to these folks, and now the facade is collapsing. And I don't know what the establishment is going to do, because as it comes out that al-Qaeda, IS, is being run out of Washington, D.C., and run out of NATO headquarters in Europe, as that comes out, and that Israel is working with them, that's come out in the Israeli papers. As all of that comes out, we're all having a moral debate now. Are we going to openly support al-Qaeda? Are we going to openly be this evil and to sow this type of discord and mass murder? Because if we don't speak out against it, if we don't say no to it, we're part of it. So now Rand Paul has come out and said that he supports airstrikes on ISIS. And I, in spirit, agree with that, but you can't come out and say that without pointing out that our government helped arm them, which Rand Paul did as well. And that's why I support what he's saying. If we repent of this, if we have an open discussion of it, if we admit it, and then destroy it, that would be this country taking a moral course. But they don't want to do that. They're going to let ISIS, known as al-Qaeda in Iraq previously, take over the entire Middle East, Africa, you name it.